Good, we're live. Welcome to the Planless Project podcast number 1. Basically, I am going to build scenes in Unreal or Cinema 4D from start to finish. And yeah, hopefully some of you will reap some benefit out of this. So yeah, first things first, I'm going to start off a new scene. And I'm probably not going to be talking too much unless you guys want to send a message. Otherwise, I'll keep it pretty quiet. So yeah, just hold on a sec. Okay, just bought a new mic yesterday and it's incredibly sensitive, and yeah, you're probably gonna hear everything, like cars going past, guts rumbling, me drinking water. Anyway, right, here I am, blank scene. Let's see what we can do. And I mean, there's literally no plan, so let's just start from yeah, lighting first, I think. So the way I normally do it would be to choose the environment light mixer, which I think you can find in Windows. Anyway, so I've chucked it on here and it's simple as this: create skylight, create a light, atmosphere, and volumetric cloud, and voila, there's nothing. Fantastic. Right, so what you got to do straight away, these numbers here are just nonsense, so set to default, bang. So that's, yeah, that's your sky and what have you. First things first, as well with the lighting, I like to keep it all in one folder. There's more to be added here in this light, and there's probably going to be exponential height fog and a few other bits and bobs depending on what's going to happen. So, what do we have? Direct light, sky atmosphere, skylight, volumetric light. First things first, start from the top, direct light. Just check down here and make sure this is clicked. Atmosphere, sunlight. So let me just turn it off and off so you can see what's going on. Yeah, you're in trouble basically. So there you go. Make sure that's on, and I think that's corresponding with what's going on with the sky atmosphere. So, not sure what I want to do. It's going to be Megascans all day long, right? So let's do that. First things first as well, skylight. Set that to real-time capture. So let's see what we got. Let's just chuck in a box for now, just so we got some sort of reference. Zero this out. Not a landscape, it's just something that we can work from. And what I like to do straight off the bat is get a mannequin in there. I mean, first thing, so you can get reference. Right. So, by the way, this is Unreal 5, okay guys, like I said, this is planless, so I'm just literally going to just jump in. So Unreal 5, Megascans is actually built in it. So what you can do, content, Quixel Bridge. So this is pretty sick. Make sure you're logged in. What I like to do, go collections. Like, all of these are amazing, but I've fallen in love with this Nordic coastal cliffs. As you can see, I've with the little ticks, it means I already have them. I've downloaded them. So what I'm gonna do is just download another one, just so you can see what's going on. So I'm gonna click on one. Back in the day, you didn't have these options really. And what's really cool now is that you've got nanite, and there's plenty of tutorials out there and videos explaining what nanite is, but what really cool is that you can just highlight and click here and then download, and then yeah, once it's downloaded you can literally just add it into your scene. But I'll show you what it looks like. So when it downloads, it will go into your Megascans folder, 3D assets. It's not in there yet, but this is what I downloaded earlier. So let me just quickly show you what it looks like. You literally just boink and it's done, which is amazing. So yeah, this is where I think we'll probably start. So let's just zero this out. Zero this guy out as well. Hello Mohammed, how are you? And thank you very much for just seeing me go through the process basically. So what I normally do is just start off from zero, and if you're working with other people as well, they're going to really, be very thankful that you're working from zero, because if you're working all the way over here, for instance, right, and they just chuck in their objects, they're going to have to just, it's really difficult, drag and drop in, and then, that the object might be 8 miles away, for instance, but it's easy if you just start from scratch, from zero. Right, so what we can do, duplicate. So what you can do is literally just click on the item, press Alt and drag. Okay. Now, what sometimes I see is that people would do this, and I'm guilty of it as well, and that is, you need to rotate, you need to scale up your duplicated items, otherwise people are going to notice that it's been duplicated, and it's and it's just not the way to go. So what I normally do, just give it a quick rotate, this, and just scale it up a bit. I'd probably even rotate it a little bit more than that, because you've got this rock here and this rock are the same by the looks of it. Okay, so when you're up close, you don't want to really be noticing that there's duplicates in it. Right, so let's see if we've got any surfaces. I think I downloaded a surface earlier, so much like what I just done then was to go into bridge, you can go into home, surfaces, and just get yourself a surface. So I already downloaded this one earlier, so highest quality, bam, add, and then it will turn up here. So drag and drop onto your objects. you know, it's not looking amazing, right? But it just gives you a basis to work from. So if there's any like patches that are not, you know, been put together, you know, you can. This will help you out a bit. So what you can do as well, tiling is always useful. I've already tiled this up. So originally it looked like this. I think it's one. You know, it's absolutely massive, and then you know you start noticing that there's, you know, it just looks like a turd, doesn't it? Right. So what we got to do. So that's looking good already. So what you can do now, get these guys. Just help them meld into the ground a little bit more. Right, so save that. So these are some cliffs that I downloaded earlier. Like, these are epic, like absolutely huge. So what you can do here, you can have a look at these assets and think, what can blend in with this, you know. Let's see if there's any other assets I brought in. Could be interesting. See, already, like with this rock here and this guy here, you know, it's kind of like blending in already without doing too much work already. So this is where I'll probably be like starting out, just trying to blend in items together. So now, get these guys. Love what we did earlier. Let's just scale it up. You know, these are already started to blend in quite well. Now, if you was to just leave this at 1, yeah, it looks good, right? But I think what normally would happen is that the rocks would like be kind of larger, and then they would just like kind of filter down into smaller rocks and pebbles and what have you. So let's go back up to something like that. Maybe it's a bit too big. 1.5. Okay. Okay. So same thing again. Scale it up. Rotate so nobody can clock that there is any duplicates. Again, scale up. It's blended in quite nice over there, but give it a cheeky rotate. So yeah, you just got to be careful as well. Like there's floaters here, yeah. So bring these guys, rotate, scale down. Okay, so this is what I'll be doing, just going around and just populating the scene basically. Don't be afraid of using the same objects, but you know, be careful, because you know that there's going to be people out there going, oh, just use the same thing. And yeah, and I'm guilty of it. I do it all the time, but you know, just be careful. That looks pretty cool. See what I mean? So we can fill that space up. So I think there's going to be like a little valley down here. So just going to fill that out. Now the thing is with Megascans, you could probably, duplicate this item, right? Because sometimes, if you look at the back of this, it's got no back to it. But some of the Megascan stuff, it's got a back to it, which is awesome. That means that you can get away with, duplicating items. For instance, I'll put this guy here, give him a cheeky rotate. So, but you've got to be careful as well, right? Because you can see this rock here, right? And I think that's... No, you can probably get away with it. So you can see this one is this guy here, by the looks of it. But when you look at it from here, you wouldn't know that is this guy here as well. So, again, just scale up where you can. So yeah, for me personally, this object here is this fella here. So I'll be tempted to bring this down. Grab another one of these fellas. In the Z. Whoa, wrong one. It's this fella here. In the Z, go up and just cover it up. Your eye doesn't want to be drawn to these duplicates, basically. Okay, let's keep going. I'm going to leave that gap there. So, I'm being very quick here as well. And I'm just trying to be very quick with this scene. You can spend hours and hours and hours placing these things, but you can get quite good results quite quickly with Megascan. So, rotate that shit. This guy, yeah, blend it into the scene a little bit. So this is probably around the time that I'll probably start thinking about putting a camera in, and then start thinking about lighting. So we're nowhere near like a finished scene, but let's go through the sequence how we would do this. So talking about sequence, let's go sequencer. So we want to make a new sequence, add level sequence. Chuck it in a new folder. Name it whatever you like. So here we are. So this spawns camera. Excellent. So there's so many tutorials about like how to use sequencer and whatever. I'm not going to go too mental with that. I'm just going to build a scene as quick as possibly can. But I do need to get a camera in there. So let's be piloting the camera. First things first as well. I know with FPS I probably want to be going 24 FPS. So click on the camera. Here's all your camera settings. I prefer to go DSLR. Straight away you can see that much wider. Okay, and 21:9 normally. So sensor width normally just around here we'll do, you know, totally up to you how you want to, if you want to go 16:9 or whatever, but this is what I prefer. Lens settings. I think around 35 upwards is like pretty much what like the human eye sees. I'm probably chatting nonsense there, but that's how I feel anyway. So like, I'm probably not going to be using it, but just to show you what I mean. So it's a 30, but I think we want to get like loads of depth of field in there. So let's go with like an 85. Come out. Probably a 50. Probably gonna go with 50. Yeah. Right, let's do a bit of spring cleaning. So all of these rocks that we created, I'm gonna go in the Megascans folder. Probably don't need that cube anymore, but I'll leave it in there just in case. So we haven't even got a post-process volume in there as well. We're going to go into that in a sec, but let's sort out our lighting. I'm not feeling it at all. So direct light, magic number 3.16. So yeah, normally it's stock. I think it comes in at 10, and it's just like it's far too bright. You know, it just looks way more natural with that number. So normally this is stock, this number here, right? But we're going to change all of that. Ooh, already that was looking pretty nice. So this is what I'll be doing for like a while. It's just like trying to find a decent angle for the sun. Right, that could be interesting. Okay, so now exponential height fog. I'll tell you what, let's get post-processing going on, because I think there's like a lens flare and I need to get rid of it, so 2 seconds. Post-process, drag and drop, infinite extent, get that guy on. Sorry, the lens flare's just jarring me. Alright, here we go. We might bring it back later, but let's have a look. So bloom, I'll chuck this straight to convolution. Exposure, we'll sort that in a sec. Chromatic aberration, up to you guys. I'll go like 0.1. Like, it's really, you probably ain't gonna notice on there, but it's super subtle. In fact, I might leave it with this one. Dirt mask, not too worried about that. Lens flare we've just done. Now vignette, I do like to use it, I'll be honest, so I do normally a 0.6 on that. You can probably hear the fans in the background. It's hot, and the graphics card and the CPU are going mental. So I'm going to add some exponential height fog. What you want to do straight away is fog in scattering color, black. Directional in scattering needs to be black also. You know, guys, I know that there's loads of tutorials like explaining why this has to be. It's all because it's additive, right? And there's going to be loads of people out there who can tell you a lot better than I how it functions. Right, let's set the camera up a little bit further back. We want to focus on our talent here, and then just to check, get your debug out. Just make sure that it's in the right place. This is what I noticed about Lumen as well. It's like, just watch how long it takes for it to get back to normal. It's cool. It looks absolutely insane. So it's okay. You know, it's looking all right. I like it a little bit more moodier than this normally. Don't want to go too far, otherwise it goes night. So exponential height fog. We want them God rays. We're going to need to get volumetric light in there. Volumetric fog. Sorry, it needs to be clicked. I normally set the direct lights, volumetric scattering intensity up a bit as well. I'm going to calm all of these settings down later. I just need to get them God rays in there quick. You can see in there, look, there they are, boom. You know, once they're in there, you can just tame them off, because I think, you know, if you go overboard, I know I'm guilty of it, but quite insane. It's not what I'm going for though. Right, sky atmosphere. I've been playing with this a lot recently, and it's all about the my scattering scale, or my scattering scale. Now check this out. For me, I don't know why, but it just makes it look more realistic. But yeah, just subtle with this. Whoa, see, that's, for me personally, that's where it starts to look a little bit more realistic. I know that the clouds in the background are gone maybe, but at this point I don't care, because I just think it looks so much better. But you want to bring back some of that haze. Nice. Okay. Probably just leave that for now. And there's art direction. These are pretty useful as well. Personally, I think it's overexposed as well. So okay, cool. Haven't saved anything, which is seriously dangerous, so save all. Just wait for it to save. So this is what it looks like out of the camera. And then in camera. Yeah. So now I'll probably animate the camera, and I don't know, say 10 seconds. So what I normally do is start at the last frame. So for instance, like, I like the look of this, I'll just set a keyframe there, and then yeah, then you can have fun of where, oh, that's quite nice. Even just that is with these stones here, or maybe this could be his last frame. Anyway, let's have a look. So set that, press play, and you get some nice parallax. So this is the thing, is like setting up the scene is like having your foreground elements, mid, and then I don't know what the term would be, so background basically. You know, you can see that everything's parallaxing. and that's what you want. And what I like to do is we'll set the keyframes to linear, so it doesn't slowly start off, it's just straight in. Yep. So hopefully you guys can see that this is a little bit larger now. There we go. So let's just play around with the sky atmosphere again. Just get that hint of that haze back in there again. Now this normally moodies it up pretty well. Like you can go mental with it, but I don't know, I think where we were was not too bad, but maybe just a hint. Now in the background here I'm feeling like a massive mountain, so this could work, it might not work, so let's try that. Like I mean way out here, let's have a look. So let's go back into camera. Right, you're not going to see it just yet. So again, it's these elements just kind of telling a story. So your midground to your foreground to your background. You see that it's all moving there. There's an error there that you can do. So I'm kind of feeling where this is. What I can do is just drag this guy down. So this is where you've got to be careful. I think you'd get away with that. Right. That time went so quick. It's like 48 minutes. Right, okay. So it's looking okay. Let's go back to our post. Vignette. I'm feeling that moodier up even more. Let's go like a 0.8. White balance. So what I normally do, I don't really touch the tin, it's more temperature, so let's have to go with this. Yeah, I normally go cooler, I don't know, just totally depends on what the scene needs. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Slope sometimes is. Let me just turn this. This music's insane. Hold on 2 seconds. Hold on. Yeah, if you like the music, it's me years ago, Skin Shrink on SoundCloud. Yeah, that last tune was insane. Anyway, where were we? Yeah, we was in post. Slope. So yeah, I think it's like a little bit like contrast. Just, I do like to add it. A lot of this we're going to adjust in Vinci Resolve very soon as well. I'll probably want to get this done in like another 10 minutes. So lumen as well, let's just quickly just go over that. So final gather quality, it's on set to 1. There's no problem with it set to 1, but I just like to blam it, sometimes even just 4, because sometimes you get in the shadow, sometimes it kind of flickers, and the way to get rid of that is with what we've just done there, just final gather quality up a little bit. So I'm going to lose our, oh, don't do that guys, delete this. So yeah, you know, I want to add clouds, I want to add, you know, mist cards, you know, all types of stuff, but we just don't think we have the time. So what we do now, just save everything, save, bang. I'm probably just gonna render this out from sequencer. First things first, I need to find out. So 44.5 by 20. Okay. I normally render out ProRes 422 HQ, so you can see that I'm pretty much nearly there. So 4450 by 2000 with animation. Where are you? Warm-up count. I've had some crashes recently. What I normally do is like actually add like a few seconds prior. You want to be doing that if there's any particles in your scene, but we haven't got any of that. So 3D models. Just render this to the desktop. All right. Okay, and pray that it renders. Yeah, I think we're good. So yeah, it's just rendering in the background. So we're going to go into Vinci Resolve and we'll do a little bit of color correction. We're going to add noise grain, potentially a lot. So let's go there now. And yeah, Vinci Resolve is super important. You know, if you want, I tend to find that the output of Unreal is kind of muddy. So yeah, Vinci Resolve just helps sort that. So let's add our media, and that is on desktop, and it was rock test. Boink. Chuck that in. So it's a bit dark at the beginning. That's why you can see the cloud. So really, you want to be taking it from about here. Right, into color. Say about here. It's not bad, you know. What I normally tend to find that is clipping, but if it's all white, that normally means that your scene is relatively balanced. Let's see what we can do. Guys, I'll be honest, it's not really that much I would want to do to this, so maybe bring the mid detail up a tad. Just gonna quickly just full screen this. Come back out. Now, I normally chuck a light on it. It's so subtle that you wouldn't even notice the difference, I'll be honest. It's like, it's the Asus LMT. Apply to current mode. And then what I like to do is add noise. Not noise, grain, sorry. So film grains in. Again, you're probably not going to notice it. And yeah, so maybe contrast. Wrong one. So contrast on this. So it's going to be very subtle, you know. It's just bringing in the contrast basically, and just balancing. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'll be at the end of this. Just wanted to start off these podcasts, you know. Just want to get them. Just want to be kind of quick. But I think next time, you know, I'll literally just spend like maybe just an hour in Unreal, just going through every single piece. Yeah, there's not really that much else to say really. It's all like, this is pretty much what I'll be outputting. You can see the noise in there now, it just makes it look a little bit more realistic. And then export. What I'd normally do is MP4. Well, I'll tell you what's kind of nice actually, just quickly go back, is sometimes setting this back to 16:9, so 4K, and then you get the black bars. It looks pretty cool. And then with that as well, MP4 doesn't like certain ratios, so yeah, 4K. You can set this to the video, which is really cool, and then yeah, you just add to render queue, bam, render. And there she is. So yeah, that's a super quick outline of this, my process with Megascans in Unreal. Yeah, let's see what happens next time. And yeah, ciao. And yeah, see you next time.